It's been a while. I haven't done one of these. What has happened? What should we be looking for? Let's talk about it. So sorry, I was out for about the last 30 days working on some stuff. Obviously, I have other things that I have to attend to, and I had a big project I just had to go, 24/7 on and get that done. It's always, I'm sure you've done that too. When you're in the midst of it, it's always difficult, but after you're done, it's always kind of fun to look back on. But that project is about finished up, so I have more time to do videos and other things. Thanks for coming back. So Omi, Veve, it is pumping. It's been a great 30 days. Lots of catalysts have happened. Obviously, the big one that happened in the last, 24, 48 hours is that Omi utility has come out. And so you can now stake. I don't know if that's the correct term, but you definitely can put Omi in the app and get MCP points for that. My last video, I talked a little bit about the MCP points and why they might be valuable. We still don't know that yet, but it's coming. I really feel like we're going to get it before the end of the year, but we'll see what happens. This video is maybe a little bit cautious. I don't want to be, sound negative or be a fudder, but there's definitely 3 things I think we want to examine, be careful of, keep in mind as things start to go. And really, it's just a change in our mentality that we already know about, but we need to remember these 3 things. So let me get right into it. So the first one is that we still need to use those tools that we've been looking at, like Veve Fox's charts, to look at the amount of users, because that's the key, right? That's what really is going to make everything go. And so if you look at our charts, things are up a little bit, but it's not like we've quadrupled our user base. Really, it's the similar kind of 5,000 to 10,000 users that we've been talking about, that I've been talking about over the past 6-8 months. So don't think that we suddenly now have, quadruple the users or anything like that. But we could, and I'll talk about that in a second or two, and that's exciting. But so monitor that. We will feel it, obviously. Things are starting to sell out, but yet things are not selling out. For example, the speeder bike today, it didn't sell out, so we want to be careful of it all. So new users are really our rocket fuel, right? We can only go so high unless we get more users. And so Veve Fox's is one I've talked about. If you want to look at her stuff, so if you go to my website, veverank.com, and you go to the left-hand side, there's market data, and her link is on the left-hand side there. It'll take you right to her website. You can look at some of the data. You can change the dates and look at it. I always try to look at it in a 6-month window to try and figure out what the patterns are or the trends. You'll want to do that too. And so once we really see that moving, and we are seeing it start to move, so that's exciting, then, we know things are really, really going to start going crazy. But people, I feel like, are getting more confidence in the project. Some of the people that, we've seen some of the people that, have really been dormant over the last, 6 months or whatnot come back. And all of that is kind of coming together. And then, of course, the Veveverse announcement, where we had a number of the beta users kind of talk about their experience. Apparently, there are comics in the showrooms. So all of this is super exciting, and I think bodes well for us. Okay, number 2 on my list is be careful of the FOMO. So we're getting these huge spikes, which I think, once again, is the beginning of this big growth. And obviously now with Omi, people are going crazy. They want to buy Omi and put it in the app, and that's fun. And if you want to do that, you should do that. And it's all a part of the process. I have Omi, and I have now moved that to the app. So I'm excited about that, and I'll be able to get points from that. And obviously the price is going up, so that's also exciting. But it's going to kind of go back and forth. Maybe there's going to be collectibles that are spiking. We did see this. We haven't seen that in a long time, but we started to see that. Remember, Stan Lee spiked, Iron Man spiked. The Hulks are relatively high right now. We might see a spike when the airdrop is announced. So be careful of the FOMO. And, I talk about not chasing. I talk about trying to understand where your buying is going to be, where you're going to sell, what type of time frames. You've heard me talk about this a lot. this is where we have to practice that, because we're going to see some craziness. And I can feel it. I can feel the emotions inside of me. Oh, you know, I got to buy some more Omi. Oh, I got to get this one. It's going to, you know, get away from me. But we want to be careful. We want to make sure that we're kind of coming up with our own kind of fundamentals. I have the ones that I follow. You have your own rules. And we should make sure to follow your own rules. That's basically. And then the third one, which is an exciting one, which we have to remember. Sometimes we've forgotten in this kind of crypto winter that we've been in, and we're still in it in a lot of ways. So I don't want to say, but it's been exciting, and we're seeing good catalysts, like I said. And that is that you want to take profits. You know, don't think that these things, you know, Omi has gone up a lot in the last 48 hours even. You know, don't think it's going to go on forever. You know, I remember when Secret Rare Spider-Man was 100K. That's what the floor was. Don't think that it's going to keep going to 1 million. And so whatever you think is right, make sure, and I actually write it down. It may sound stupid to you, but you write it down. You have your, you know, points at which you're willing to let go of some of these things. If you stack them, you got 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. I like to sell all the way up, you know, every, you know, 10 gem increments or 50 gem increments, whatever makes sense. And same with your Omi. If you have Omi and you want to sell it, make sure you know what zones that you want to sell at, and then follow your own plan. So as we, you know, hopefully over the next, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 24 months can experience some good growth here, make sure that you're taking profits, and we know there's going to be some downturns too, so maybe you can get back in on certain collectibles or Omi at different prices and buy more. Or you can take the money and go, you know, do whatever you want with it. Maybe, you know, go out to eat or something like that. But those are the 3 things that I think we really got to look at. I will add one other element that I found, just because it's been a while, that I found really interesting. It wasn't on any of the roadmaps, and I just thought it was really, really important. And that is that they are moving the wait list, which opens up 30 minutes before the drop, to a 24-hour wait list. And that is incredibly significant in my mind, because it allows all of Asia, all of Europe, all these other countries, which have to get up in all kinds of weird times to do the drop. They now can, you know, have a normal day. If they want to go for the drop, sign up for the wait list, and then when they get back up, they can buy it. And so that is super significant from this perspective. And that is that if you are in one of these countries and you're trying to get people who are a little bit resistant to doing the drops and all this other stuff, and then you say to them, oh, and then you got to get up at 2 in the morning to do this and click on this thing and do all, you know, it's just too much. They're like, I'm done. I don't have enough time for that. But with the 24-hour wait list, I think there will be less resistance for people in other areas of the world to want to take a chance on a drop and whatnot, and that's really what we want to grow the user base. So the 24-hour waitlist, I think, is really significant. I don't know when they're going to roll that out. Once again, it sounds like that's coming out maybe in the next, you know, 30 to 60 days. So I think that's really, really big, and we'll see how that. I think all these little things are going to add up, and we're going to see a kind of larger explosion maybe in some of the users. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to y'all soon.